This Ford Explorer has a few lights out in the instrument cluster. At night you can't tell how much gas is in the tank. I'm going to start by removing these two screws to remove the trim around the radio. Pull this back, disconnect all the wires behind it. Okay, we got that off. There's more 7mm screws in this lower panel. There's two Phillips heads in the hood release handle. Pry the top of it off. Remove these 6 8mm screws holding on this metal plate. With that plate removed, I can get to these two 7mm screws. With the parking brake set, the shifter all the way down in first, and the steering column tilted down, there's 3 more screws to remove the trim around the instrument cluster. Unplug all the wiring behind it. Then lift everything out. Remove the 4 black screws. There's 1 at each corner of the instrument cluster. Another problem this vehicle has is that when it's in park, it's actually pointing towards reverse. I'll be taking care of that too while I'm in there. This is the shift indicator cable under the steering column. As you can see, the white part is broken on it and it can slide wherever it wants to. I'm going to unbolt that with a 5.5mm. Unhook this cable from the hook. Tilt the cluster back and slide it forwards until you can disconnect the wires from the back of it. Pull it out. All of the bulbs in the black sockets are for the illumination of the instrument cluster. I'm going to go ahead and replace all of them. You just rotate it counterclockwise a little bit, slide it out. It's a 194 bulb. Just pull the bulb straight out of the socket, slide a new one in. Here's the part that's broken on this shift indicator. This bracket is where the adjustment point is to adjust whether or not it's pointing, directly in the center of the numbers or not. So this one's broke. You can actually just disassemble it and only replace the white part here, but you still have to buy the whole assembly. If you're wanting to replace the whole assembly without just that, here's how you remove it from the bottom of the cluster. There's a locking tab right here that you push forwards that way, and then another one right here that you pull towards the inside. Anyway, you pull on this one, pull on that one, and you can just lift it out. I say you can. Here's the new one that's not broken. It even comes with the screw. Make sure before you install it that you got the same number of gears as the old one. You wouldn't want to put one in that's got an extra third gear or something there. Just slide it in place till it clicks. Feed the shift indicator cable down past the steering column. Reconnect the connectors on the back of the instrument cluster and then screw it in place. Put the screws in that hold the instrument cluster in place. Tighten the 5.5mm on the shift indicator adjustment point. Loop the shift indicator cable around the hook for the shift lever. Put the vehicle in park and check to see if it needs to be adjusted. Rotate this nut as needed for alignment. Check the alignment when you're finished. Reinstall the trim around the outside of the instrument cluster. Reconnect all the wiring and reinstall the trim and the radio. All the dash lights are a lot easier to see. Now